Hey, how's it going? I'm Ryan from Warner Discovers, and today I'm going to show you how to easily dry out your carafe. One of the things that I was excited about when we had a wedding registry was getting one of these carafes for drinking wine. It was so exciting having it on the registry, and then you finally get it and you use it and you realize, wow, this thing really friggin' sucks to dry out. The only way that I could see drying this out was to take, something like this and put it upside down and leave that, but then that takes 3 days, 2 days. It's just really annoying. And so when you have trouble cleaning something like this, it's like, why even bother using it in the first place? So I was actually interested in solving, how to dry this out in a faster way and making sure that it's all dried out. And I got one of these when I was doing my hot chili oil. When I needed to dry the inside of these out, I just kind of put it in the oven, because I actually read it online. Put it in the oven sideways, turned the oven on, and it just dried the whole thing out, flipped it on the other side, and it was totally great. So I figured, why not try it with the carafe? It worked out pretty great. So basically I have the carafe here. We just used this last night. I dried it off with the towel on the outside, and the inside's wet, accumulating water. I mean, it's impossible to get a towel in there unless you have some sort of special tool or something like that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put it in the oven. The oven is completely cold, and so it's gonna warm up with the oven to the lowest temperature you can set on your oven, just enough so it can evaporate all that moisture. And then when it's done, it's best to turn off your oven and let it cool down with the oven, because what you really don't want to do is shock the glass. Thankfully, this is Crate & Barrel says this is handmade glass, and it's actually pretty thick. So I wouldn't mind trying it with something like this, but again, do this at your own risk. So anyway, let's give it a go. So I took these oven racks out, just the bottom one in there. I got the carafe, put it on in. And then I'm just gonna set the temperature just to right above keep warm. So I got the carafe in the oven, turned it on to probably 200. I put it on convection bake, and now I'm just gonna kind of wait a little bit for it to evaporate all the moisture. See how long that is. So it's been a little less than 10 minutes. We got convection bake, a little less than 250. And let's check on the carafe. So the carafe's still in here, pretty dry. The temperature is about 225, 200-ish. And it's looking pretty dry. So I'm gonna check it. So I had a little bit of water in there, but I just dumped it out in the sink, and I used a glove to do that, but I'll just give it a couple more minutes. So it's been about 15 minutes, and it looks pretty dry in there. I'm gonna shut off the oven and just kind of keep it open. So it's been about 20 minutes for the oven to come up, dry this thing out. I just kind of turned off the temperature once it was looking pretty dry. Then just kind of let the oven cool down, left the oven door open, and turned off the oven, and then let this cool down with the oven, because you don't want to shock the glass. Then it took about maybe 10 to 15 minutes for that to cool down. Maybe a half an hour total of time that it needed to come up and then come back down. But then once it was cool enough, took it out, and it's a little warm, but it's clearly very dry. It's a nice assurance that the whole thing is dried out and clean, and I guess also sterilized because it's been heated, so that's nice. It's good to be able to use this, because normally if I was gonna have to dry this out for a couple days, it would just be something that I would never want to use. And it's nice when you have a whole bottle of wine you want to drink, and you just pour it into here, just really get to enjoy something that you own. So I hope this helps somebody. Obviously do this at your own risk. Crate & Barrel or anybody who has a carafe probably won't advise this. Give it a whirl if you want. Hope this helps somebody. Thanks for watching.